Welcome in and welcome back to the Down South Philly show brought to you by Sports Lounge Media. We back in the building. I'm your co-host DP. Dom will join us a little later, but the Bears, man. The Bears? We lost to the Bears, man. And not to make matters worse, because we lost to the Bears, and the Rams lost to the Panthers. The Bears are the number one seed. At 9-3 in the conference right now. So I mean, that was on us. You know, it's disappointing, not gonna lie. Happy Friday. Friday. Happy Tuesday, Daniel Berry. When it comes down to what happened in this game, right? So in short, it was kind of more of the same, with an unexpected twist of the defense getting run all over. We surrendered 100 yards to not one but two runners, which is the first time the Bears was able to do that since the '85 Bears. But I really don't have too much bad to say about the defense, although that was a shocking performance by our defense. This really the story that has been all year long really is and continues to be is our defense, man. Our offense. Offense again left us hanging. Um Play calling wasn't all that great. Can't really blame it all on play calling though, because even when play calling was straight, we just didn't execute. Yet another game with sloppy penalties. Yet another game where we just seem to be quarterback not on the same page with the wide receivers. Yet another game where the blocking isn't up to par, which doesn't open up any running lanes. Yet another game where we can't sustain drives. And yet another game where we cough up the football, which is not in our DNA. We typically do not turn the ball over. So I mean, Hurts fumbles the ball on a tush push, which was a great play by the defensive player. But that was a drive that probably would have netted, if not a touchdown, at least 3 points. And then he does throw an uncharacteristic pick out of nowhere, rolling out to the right side and just launches up a prayer. Offense is in disarray right now. It really is. And you can't really, like, the low hanging fruit would be to blame it all on Kevin Patullo. And I'm not saying that he's good. But by that same token, it's not all on him, because even he is able to put right now. Uh, Kevin Patullo can give you about 2 to 3 drives a game that actually look pretty decent. Um, but our offense is constructed in such a way this season that it doesn't really leave room for error. So if we having a great drive and we get a false start, if we having a great drive and we get called for a holding, if we having a great drive and they call us for offensive pass interference or a legal man downfield, or any of these penalties that we constantly commit on a weekly basis, that's the end of the drive. And when you couple that in with an offensive line that just isn't as dominant as we've been used to seeing it, when you couple that in with play calling that can just go dormant for halves at a time, when you couple that with just not being on the same page with your wide receivers from time to time, and subpar quarterback play from time to time. And I'm the biggest Hurts fan, so this don't think that this is just me ripping on Hurts. This is more of a uh I don't even know. This is just me sharing the blame, I would say, because it's not just Kevin Patullo. It's not just the offensive line. It's not just Hurts missing throws. It's a collective bad unit. We got the pieces. We have all stars. We got two number one wide receivers in AJ Brown and Smitty. We got a number one tight end in Dallas Goddard. We have one of the better, or have had one of the better offensive lines coming into the season. Um, Top five quarterback. Even if you don't believe he's top five, you at least most give him top 10. Um, One of the best running backs in the league. So our offense has the weapons to succeed, but for whatever reason, it's not cutting it right now. And they have started to cost us games. So in the beginning, we were able to mask it a little bit, and kind of sweep under the rug because we were winning that, oh, we could potentially fix this, fix that. Let's just keep winning these games, keep stacking these wins, and hopefully we can get to a place. Now, defense wasn't up to par coming out the gate. They were decent. They did win us some games, but they got better down the stretch. Offense did not. Offense technically literally got worse. Ever since the bye week, I think we came out and scored like 10, and I forget what we scored against. I forget what we scored against the Packers, but it wasn't a lot. Um, we come out, lay an egg against the Detroit Lions, then come out and it all just came crumbling down at home against the Bears. And well, we played Dallas pretty well actually. So we come out hot, 3 drives back to back. But then, as I mentioned earlier, KP only has 3 good drives, or one half per game. So he used it up in the first half, and then after that, that was all she wrote. So as we sit here at 8-4, as the current number 3 seed in the NFC, and a Cowboys team who looks revitalized. They playing some good ball right now. I can't lie about that. Um, which once looked like a long shot for them to even make the playoffs. They right on our tails. It's possible if they win out, they could take this division if we don't take care of business. So that you definitely don't want that. We're trying to be the first NFC East team to repeat as the division champs in over 20 years. W- We had the same opportunity to do it in 2023. Obviously, you know what happened there. The
Brandon, get
quote
out.
unquote famous collapse. But we yeah, we got together, man. Hey, it was good, Dom.
Yo,
We gotta talk about these Bears, man. Go ahead, since you done had a couple days to kind of analyze what you saw went wrong in that game. Give me your thoughts on the Bears game on Black Friday.
I think it really just came down to lack of execution. If I had to just like give me one word to describe this, lack of execution would be my word. Um, but yeah, I think it really just came down to lack of execution. Um, team not executing, all offensive line not executing, Hurts not executing, wide receivers not executing. I think it really just came down to that. Play calling. Now, I think it was a little bit of everybody at different times. Even when Patullo was calling great plays, either Hurts was missing a throw or somebody was dropping a pass or offensive line committing a penalty. Lately we've been committing a lot of penalties and turning the ball over more than usual. Those usually two things you can kind of like pencil us in not to do. But as of late, we've been doing those things, and usually the team that does those lose the game, which is in large part why we end up winning a bunch of games. Because a lot of times we creating turnovers, making the other team commit penalties and things of that nature. But kind of flip the script here lately, and I think it was just a lack of execution on everybody's part. Honestly, it really ain't even a whole lot to talk about. Lack of execution, defense, lack of execution. We weren't really stopping the run. Once you get the run game going, that's gonna open everything else up. Um, but I think it came down just to lack of execution, man. That's all I really got for you.
To talk, expand upon like the defense, the how we couldn't stop the run. It kind of reminded me of when the Rams was running the ball in the when we played the Rams this year. It was like a lot of good scheme fit type runs that we really just didn't have an answer for.
Mm.
But ultimately we was able to figure something out. I would have liked to have seen us get in maybe a 5-man front because we seem to stop the bleeding every time we do get into a 5-man front. At least the way we implemented it last year. I didn't really pay attention to it a whole lot to see if we even tried it, but we it seemed like we just never really adjusted to what they was doing on the ground because it wasn't like they was killing us with Caleb. It was really just a whole lot of downhill running. They scheme using the tight ends with motions and uh basically looking like we usually look as coming into this year. But for whatever reason we ain't get the job done. uh they seem to come out a little flat to me too, like looking at that game. Early on it just looked like them boys, they didn't have it. And some you can't bring it every single game, kind of like the Giants
Not,
game.
I was about to say, not only that, when was the other time we looked like that? In the
Hmm.
Giants game. What's the common denominator?
Them
Short
black
week.
uniforms.
Short week.
Yeah, I mean, that could have had something to do with it. Um, but yeah, it's time to flush that game. When we look at it from a number standpoint, see Eagles versus Bears. So like I said, Caleb didn't have a great night. He went 17 to 36, 154 yards, touchdown, one interception. Did he fumble?
Who?
Caleb.
Caleb. I don't think so.
Did we
Maybe
get
he
a
might.
fumble? We
Maybe.
might have got, because I feel like we had 2 turnovers, but maybe not. Maybe we just had the one interception. But not a great night. So that just goes to show you how well they did on the ground. Monangai, he had 22 rushes for 130 yards and a touchdown. Swift had 18 rushes for 125 yards and a touchdown. Them boys got busy, and it wasn't like it was like an explosive touchdown run either. Like they just gashed us. It would seem like 10 yards a pop, but they both ended up averaging 5.9 and 6.9 yards respectively. So they really just tore us up in the ground game. Um, as far as us offensively, Hurts went 19 to 34, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had the one pick that he just threw up for a prayer, and he also got stripped on the tush push, which was ultimately a good play, but a fumble nonetheless. Another pedestrian night for Saquon Barkley. 13 rushes for 56 yards. Hurts added 4 more carries for 31. We actually didn't give anybody else the ball but Saquon. And still he only had 13 carries. That just goes to show you what type of night it was. AJ got off 10 catches, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. At least AJ got off, right? Don't have to worry about him in the media this week. Um, Smitty had a quiet night, 5 catches, 48 yards. Goddard didn't really do much. It really just came down to, um, the story of when our offense looked like it's trash. We just not able to to sustain drives. We have a good drive and we get a holding penalty. We have a good drive and we get whatever penalty you want to throw in there, and that just stopped the drive. Like we can never really overcome it, and it just seemed like. Let me see what a Chicago Bear perspective said. The Bears, we ran over here like 18 well over a possum. Hey, that's true. It just seemed like for whatever reason, whenever we got Bears physically dominated. Yep. Um, it just seemed like for whatever reason, every time we got into any kind of scoring position, either we turned the ball over or we committed a penalty that knocked us out of it. And it's just really been the story all season. Like whenever we looked our worst, it's because we really couldn't get out of our own way. It wasn't like they was doing anything special offensively that we couldn't figure out. It's just we couldn't stop them from running the ball. It wasn't like Caleb was slicing and dicing us. So we put him in very comfortable positions. It's easy to play quarterback when you got two running backs going over 100 yards, and you really, every time you get a look, it's off of a play action where the defense is on their heels. So we made it easy on them. We weren't able to exploit the inexperience of a young quarterback because usually they don't do too well when they come to the link. But ultimately, it was just a bad game all around. We can't really expect for the defense to uh, do what they've been doing for really the better part of all year. Has it been some games where they've looked less than? Yeah. But for the most part, if it wasn't for our defense, our record would be a whole lot worse than it is because it's some games that they won for us. And they really, in all our games, they've given us a chance to put something on the board. It's just that offense ain't been able to really cash in. So, you got to take this one on the chin. We thought that we could at least count on this one to get us back in the win column, but it is what it is. Any given Sunday, this allows the Bears to be in the 1 seed at least for a week or two. Not really concerned about it long term, but it's really just it always sucks to lose. But hey, we got to flush this one. When it comes down to KP, obviously that's low hanging fruit. And everybody, they want to fire him. They want to get him up out of here. Um, while I can agree that KP hasn't had a great season, and that's an understatement. He been bad. Um, it's been a collectively bad effort from our whole offense. As we mentioned, week after week, the offensive line just ain't been themselves. They've been beat up all year long. And even when they was healthy, which hasn't been probably like a half of a game, they just haven't been playing up to snuff. Even when KP dials up something good, the wide receiver, the quarterback, not on the same page. Even when them two are on the same page and everything blocked up, we get a penalty that killed the drive. So it's just like it's it's not just the fact that KP hasn't been what we would have hoped he'd been. We really just it's too many things going wrong to point the blame at just one unit. And it's really not fair to blame people like not the offensive line, but Saquon and Hurts, because really, they really haven't gotten a fair shake this year. For whatever reason, balls just don't bounce your way every year. We had a whole lot of luck, and it takes luck even when you're good to make it through a whole season with health. To win games, it's hard to win in this league on a week to week basis. So, um, just gotta take that one on the chin. So we got when you think about one thing that you could put your finger on, one thing that you would change, how would you approach fixing the offense? If it's anything that you can kind of point to.
If it was one thing that I feel like we can change outside, because I feel like, my thing is always the trenches. So I feel like it ain't too much more you can do to make players play better, other than call better plays, maybe to help them. Maybe you see which things are going wrong. You're like, all right, let me call these plays because there's more to the offensive line strength, and it'll give Hurts and Saquon opportunities as well. But I don't feel like you can, like I said, I don't feel like you can necessarily just make the players play better. So that's one of the things maybe you could do. But I would say, one thing that I really noticed, like you said, I think with so many variables, um, I feel like it's so many variables that, like you said, you can't even fully evaluate KP because it's so many variables. So you can't like truly evaluate him. But I would say the one thing that I would change is probably like his route concepts, because I feel like we run a lot of routes that like I said last time, it's a lot of routes that's going like 10 yards or less. Like we not even doing nothing really down the field. I don't even feel like they really going 10 yards. And I feel like, we giving DBs opportunity to sit on a lot of these routes and basically run the routes for our wide receivers, because we're running a lot of the same routes, and a lot of routes I said is like 10 yards less. So I would say, man, we need to change them route concepts, man. Let's get AJ down the field, man. Let's get Smitty down the field. Got it. Let's throw some stuff down the field, or at least have them run down the field. Like if you're gonna throw something short, damn, don't have all 3-4 routes short, damn. But and then it seemed like we run eight. It seemed like even when we do run stuff down the field, AJ always still got the same 3-4 routes. So if it was one thing that I feel like would be an easier change, like I said, you can't just go out there and make the offensive line play better. But I would say the route concepts. That's what I would probably do. But like I said, we won't necessarily even get a chance to see that to its full potential if the O line don't hold up. So
One other thing that I noticed, that could have something to do with us being like predictable. Um, we take too long to we taking too long on our plays. Like we don't need to go and run down the whole play clock every play. And by the time you hike the ball with like 5 seconds left, the defense already know that you're getting ready to run it. There's only so many things that you can do from a play changing standpoint. It's like we taking too long to get our plays in for whatever reason. And I don't know if that's KP not
no,
figuring it out
I
or
think in my opinion, we've been doing that for years. I've been saying that. I've been saying that the last 2 seasons. I feel like we take a long time in the huddle. They even like that's why I be telling you, like, even if you like pay attention to like the whenever they do their pressures and stuff, they've talked about it. Like Jalen Hurts talked about it. Nick Sirianni talked about it. Hey, we got to get better, or this season, you know what I'm saying? Or one of our things that we focus on. It just for whatever reason they still don't like get around to like being fat. Like here and there they'll do it, but it's not a consistent thing. But we've been doing that for years.
when you start losing, everything get magnified. Everything that could have been wrong get magnified, and when you winning, all of it gets swept under the rug. But it, it's just more of the same of the conversation when it comes to, it's just hard to pinpoint like one thing that need to get better when everything needs to get better.
And for as far as the question, Mike, would you rather have Brian Johnson or KP? I'll say a couple of things about that. One is kind of hard not to say Brian Johnson just because of the season we came off of before we had Brian Johnson. Going into that Brian Johnson season, the offense was never really a problem. It was the defense. Now the offense, now a lot of people forget. Now we was having some problems
Complaining.
on offense. We was having some problems on offense too, but we still was at the end of the day scoring a lot of points
We was a
within.
top offense though.
Yeah, but we at the same time people forgot that they were still bitching about offense because we were struggling. We were struggling here and there, but by the end of the game, we would mess around and put up whatever the same amount of points we was putting up the year before, or whatever. But a lot of people were still complaining about the offense. The only thing I say about that too is, like I said, I feel like the offensive line being so trash, I don't even know if we get that out of Brian Johnson behind the old line. Like, we ain't been the same old line, and your team gonna go how your trenches go. And
Yeah,
I feel
because Swift got off that year.
and I feel like our trenches just ain't being it. It just ain't being it this year. Hopefully they can tighten some stuff up. I'm glad we kind of got like a little mini bye week because, like you said, we play on Friday, then we don't play again till Monday, so gave them time to clean some stuff up. So I don't know. Like my hope is we win the rest of these games, however we can win them. But whatever we seeing in the regular season, we just, for whatever reason, they just start clicking in the playoffs. That's I ain't gonna say that's our only hope, but like, to me, if we just start clicking in the playoffs, I wouldn't give a damn because I don't be tripping now. Like, we only lost 4 games. I ain't tripping now. I ain't on no 5 KP. I ain't on no bench hurts. I ain't on no whatever else they on. I ain't on none of that. I'm on, hey, let's see how we can get better for the next game. Pretty much all these teams, and like I said at the beginning of the season, the teams that we on our schedule this season, I feel like everything they showed us should prepare us for whatever we're gonna see in the playoffs. And I was saying the same thing you were saying during the Bears. Well, I said it during the game, but you said it just now. But I feel like Ben Johnson when they watched that Rams game. Let me see if I can do some of these build off of what they was doing in the running game. I was literally thinking that during the game. I don't know if I said it, but I remember thinking that during the game. I was like, damn, they on this Ram stuff. But I also feel like it ain't too much stuff you gonna show Fangio 1 or 2 times and he ain't gonna have an answer for it. Now, whether the players execute or not, that's on them. But I feel like down the stretch we'll be good. It just, especially defensively, but it's up to the offense to hold up their end of the bargain. And in my opinion, I think until they don't, I think they'll do it. We only lost 4 games. It ain't like we 4-8. We 8-4. We just got to be consistent on offense. That's what it really is. Because outside of, I think, that Bears game, every other game we've been at least consistent in like a half. Like that game, in the Bears game, we weren't even consistent in the first or the second half. At least in other games, we did our damage in one half that ended up winning us the game. The Bears game, we just couldn't get it together. And like you said, I felt like we came out flat as well. First thing I was thinking, well, the last time I seen this, it was a short week. So, and boys just they don't get up for short week games. So,
well, that and the fact that we turn the ball over, which we generally don't do. So, who knows what what we would have done if Hurts don't throw that pick, or if he don't get stripped on that tush push. You could be looking at a whole nother game, because us putting pressure on the offense could change the flow of the game too. But
and
we'll never know.
even him getting stripped on the, I wasn't even really tripping on that because I'd rather for him to get stripped now, have it in his head, than somebody do that in the playoffs. So when they stripped it, I wasn't even really tripping. I was like, we ain't seen nobody really do that. So next time your antenna should be up. Hey, either have somebody over there ready to block or doggone make sure you holding on to the ball or got your body in a different position. And in my opinion, we don't even really need nobody. If you want to have one person do it, fine, but we don't even really need nobody pushing hers. They could be blocking.
Mm-hmm.
So
now we usually ran it like that, where we had 2 people kind of blocking, but for whatever reason on that one, it was different. The formation was different. Now that was the second time that we done been stripped doing it. We just got away with it against the Giants.
Yeah, but in the Giants game, it was a little bit. I mean, they both got stripped, but in the Giants game was a little bit different. The guy he ran into stripped on. This one, dude, just came around the side.
Right.
So now you should have both of them in your head, right? When I'm going through here, I got to be on the way for these dudes, and I gotta be aware somebody trying to come from behind or the side or whatever. So I wasn't really tripping on it. I
But
feel
do
like it
you
was.
have a
I feel
problem
like it
with
was
it
a hell of a
being
play.
a 3-1 and doing it?
Nah, I think that's when you should do it. 3-1, QB sneak, baby. That way, when it's fourth, and if we don't get it, do it again on fourth down. That was our bread and butter in 22. And I feel like we didn't do it enough last year in short. I'm like, damn, bro, yeah, just sneak.
Hmm.
That's what you think we got it for. Go ahead and pull it out. So, yeah, 3rd and 1. I think that's the best time to do it because and just in case you don't get it, you got another try on fourth down. So, yeah, I actually hate when we wait the fourth down to do it. If we already in 3rd and short, go ahead and sneak. Just go ahead and get them new set of downs, and let's do what we gonna do. But for whatever reason, you don't get it because, like I said, offensive line play haven't been the same, so QB sneak haven't been the same. So I much rather for you to go for it on 3rd down now than anytime in the past. Go ahead and get that. If you don't get it on this one, go ahead 4th down, try it again.
So it sounds like you saying it's not time to panic yet.
Man, hell no. Hell no. People that goddamn panicking, I want you to do me a favor. Pull your damn panties up.
Hey, in other news, we got some big news out of Pittsburgh. It appears that the Steelers and Slay have agreed to part ways. Do you think a reunion with the Birds makes sense?
Hey, Howie better had already, it should already be in the works. Howie should have already talked to Slay. It should already be over with. He should be already at, we ain't announced it yet. He on his way to come. Hey, they gotta work him out, whatever they gotta do. If they need to do something behind, whatever. He need to be on his way. And then the fact that we coming off, if we wasn't coming off 2 L's, I'd be like, Howie probably ain't even, you know what I'm saying? We still getting it done without Dory. But the fact that we coming off 2 L's, that's when, hey, how desperate times call for desperate measures. Get him in here, Howie. Get him in here. But yeah, I'm in favor of bringing Slade back ASAP. ASAP.
Yeah, I agree. I never would turn down cornerback depth. Obviously, he familiar with the system. He was just here last year. He know them guys. You know, it's Slay. You know, we know him. He
He
know
know
us.
us.
Is it seemed like it makes sense, but I don't really
This the
know.
football guys. We
Right.
just gotta take advantage of it. They trying to bless us, Howie.
It is crazy that he would just become available like that, but
It's the football guys. They told me, hey, we gonna make everything work possible that we can. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do what we do. We need y'all to do what y'all do. So, hey, Howie. How he gonna get him in here? Big Dom to hit him up. Hey, bro, I'm gonna holler at Howie. He probably already gonna hit you, but I'm gonna put another bug in his ear.
hey, he might as well retire Eagle.
And then he in Pittsburgh. He right down the street.
Yep.
He ain't got to do, man. It ain't even got to
He
get out.
probably
You
ain't
ain't got to
even
take no
moved.
plane to Philly. You drive on down to Philly, go on the back door. You saying nobody don't know reports don't get out. Then boom, Darius Slay has re-signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, and then we get down to business, go win another Super Bowl, and then we get us another cornerback next year, and Slay go.
Let him retire. Let him retire Eagle.
But yeah.
Yeah, I take him.
Not only will I take him, this the only situation that I'll probably be pissed that we don't sign him. Like usually somebody available, I'm like, hey, we need to sign so and so. This situation right here, I actually be pissed off if we don't sign Slay. Like
it just makes
all we
too
got to
much
do
sense.
is hit him up. He want to come back to Philly because you already know the team, you know the system. Hell nah, we ain't in no trouble, bagel. Only people think we in trouble, they in trouble.
I don't think y'all in trouble yet. Y'all right in the mix. Now,
The only reason why
the reason why you might think that y'all in trouble is if you thought that y'all was a number 1 seed. We knew that y'all was never really the number 1 seed. Y'all was just playing the best football at the time. Now the division, kind of caught up with you. The Jags hot, The Texans then got their footing. It's gonna be interesting in these next 5 games for y'all because it's gonna be a dogfight. It ain't gonna be the cakewalk that it was in the beginning of the season. But I think y'all be good. Y'all got just as good of a chance as the Jags or the Texans, because the Texans, even though they got a hell of a defense, but the offense ain't really clicking. Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, need I say more? So y'all got a good chance. Y'all just play some good ball, come down the stretch and see what happens. Because at the very least, y'all stacked enough dubs to at least be a wild card team. Now you really in play for the division, but if for some reason y'all let the Jags or the Texans take the division, y'all should still be a wild card team. See what else you got. I'm wondering if we're gonna even make the playoffs. Nah, I think y'all make the playoffs.
Y'all damn near shoe in for the playoffs unless y'all just lose all the rest of y'all games. And on top of that, y'all ain't even in no deep trouble. The only way I would say y'all was in deep trouble is like if y'all had some kind of major injury or something, like quarterback got hurt, Jonathan Taylor got hurt, you got a key lineman or something hurt, or I did see doggone
Sauce in the boot.
Yeah, I seen Sauce got hurt, but
that defense straight without Sauce. There,
yeah,
like Sauce was like the cherry on top.
Yeah, so y'all was already winning games before Sauce got there, so ain't nobody tripping on that. Hell, y'all really ain't started losing until you got there. So then he probably rubbed off some jet fuel on y'all or something. But Daniel Jones first is typically, so he can't play. Oh, Daniel Jones hurt?
Damn, I ain't realized that. And Sugar Shane won't integrate JT into.
Damn, y'all in some deep stuff. Oh my God. It's over, Bagel. It's over.
I ain't realized Daniel Jones was hurt.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, goddamn. Oh, it's over, Bagel. It's over. It was fun while it lasted. It's over. I'm telling you, go ahead. I'm talking about pull the cord out, wrap the cords up. It's time to unplug stuff. We getting out of here. I'm saying turn the cassette players off, everything. Unplug the computer. It's over with, baby.
Now, is there any way they're gonna let Daniel Jones come out on the field in a wheelchair? You might have a chance.
Oh, yeah.
He said Daniel Jones can play, but he can't roll out or run.
The ball from the side like that. You got to get the ball on the left side.
They said on that documentary, this offense is relying on the QB running. Yeah.
Who y'all backup? Oh, is Richardson y'all backup?
He can't be hurt. He been on ice all season.
And he is playing. He just kind of. So who you talking about?
Daniel Jones can play, but he's saying Daniel Jones. Yeah, because I mean his legs was a big part of everything. Like that basically the same thing that we say with Hurts being a big reason why Saquon got off last year. I'm sure that Daniel Jones was a big reason that
what he say his injury was?
A fibula, broken fibula.
That's Daniel Jones' injury?
Or yeah, that's Daniel Jones' injury.
What you mean? What he talking about? He playing then? Didn't he just say he playing?
He said he can play. So I guess he just can't run.
But ain't no way he out there playing with no damn broken fibula. I'm gonna have to look this up when I get off here. Ain't no way.
Richardson on we got a rookie. Riley Leonard. Oh yeah, whenever you start pulling out names that I ain't never heard of.
What kind of injury Richardson got? What the
hell? Y'all might be in some deep sauce.
Yeah. I lied, Bagel. It's over.
Sometimes it is exactly what it seems.
Sometimes you gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away.
Hey, with that being said, y'all did stack some wins. I don't know.
They might hold y'all over to the playoffs.
Let me see.
Like if that's
I'm
the case,
blank.
I wouldn't even play Daniel Jones. Hey, if he can still play, nah, bro, just sit down for a couple weeks.
Right. Marshall says I'm bringing in Frank Reich or Dougie P. No more promotions within.
I ain't bringing in no damn Dougie P.
Yeah, we can't do that.
I
We
bring in
can't do
Frank.
that in Philly.
I bring in Frank.
I could bring in Frank as like a consultant for this year. And hopefully, since he already in the building, we can kind of sweet talk him into coordinator for next year. But you know, Philly can't handle that, man. We media already be on some weird stuff.
Yeah, at the end of this season, I would consider Frank. I would consider hell, I'm considering anybody who a veteran coordinator. Damn near.
Right. Like you said, no more friends.
Yeah, I am. But Doug was on that same bullshit.
Oh, Richardson broke his orbital bone. So he was, the little
Working out.
resistant, you know the little resistance band that they
Yeah,
stretched,
you know
it
what I'm
popped
saying.
in his eye and broke his orbital bone right on game day. So he been out from that. And that had been early too.
Bah!
Yep. He must have been using the big band. But yeah, when it comes to
Boy had a
I
freak
think
accent.
literally that's the second freak accident they had, because
It
I
slipped in
don't
the
know if you
shower,
was
guy.
paying attention that two of they cornerbacks ran into each other and had
Yeah.
a concussion.
Yeah, I seen that right before the game when they was out there warming up. Damn, freak accent.
Anything better than this offense, if that's what you call it. So
Hey.
we say that it can't get worse,
Yeah, it can get worse.
but it can definitely get worse than
We
this.
could be 4-8 right now with a worse offense. But thank God we ain't. But I ain't really bringing in nobody right now. But when you talking about coordinators for the future, hey, we got to bring in all vets. I don't want no first time coordinator. I don't want no second time coordinator.
Man, you might be bad luck, Bagel.
I was at the game when it happened. Yeah, Bagel, you might want to
Go
keep
ahead and
your
sit this one out, big dog.
keep your bagels at home.
Yeah, Marshall. We not saying that he didn't have success. Obviously, he did win the Super Bowl. But what we are saying is, how this Philly media is, and the fan base, they gonna be clamoring. We mess around and lose a
Man,
game, they gonna be clamoring for Dougie P to be
to
the
be
head
a
coach
head
again
coach.
after they ran him out the door.
After they was ready for him to leave, I'm telling you, they're gonna
You
be
know,
there. People are already talking about fire Nick now. Fire Nick.
mhm.
If Doug Peterson was in here, they'll be calling for him to be the head coach. And we seen what the hell he did in Jacksonville. I don't want no parts of Doug.
Nah, we grateful for what he did in 2017, but that experiment is over. The Jets and the Saints are having better drives than that. Well, I mean, that I think, and you probably missed what we kind of broke down earlier, but just to sum it up, it's more than just KP. Our offense looks the way it looks, but it's a collectively bad effort. It's KP, it's the offensive line, it's penalties, it's not being on the same page, it's
Turnovers. It's a bunch of stuff.
turnovers, bad
It
quarterback
ain't
play
just
at
KP.
times. Right. So
Offensive line
if
being
it was
bad this
just
season.
trash play calls and trash routes and stuff like that, that'd be a different story. Yeah, then you gotta, bring somebody else in here. But the whole offense been messing up all year. So I don't know if you can necessarily point to one person to fix it
As
when it's the
KP,
whole team that's messing it up.
KP been kind of trash, but hell, we ain't doing. Everybody else ain't doing them no damn favors.
Yeah, but it's worse when you had somebody who succeeded in Philly. You know how Philly is. Come on now. You know how the media is, you know how the fan base is. It's different. You heard them booing the whole game for the Bears. That's one thing. And we talked
That ain't,
about it on
and I wouldn't even say that's no anyone. Can't remember a time somebody was calling for a specific offensive coordinator to be the head coach. I'm telling you right now, if Doug Peterson was the offensive coordinator, they would be calling for him to be the head coach. Nobody was calling for Ben Johnson to be the head coach. Even though that offense was putting up the same numbers as the 22 offense.
But if we don't change anything, well, my thought process on it is our lack of success ain't really, like I said, it ain't really on KP. Not a if you could
So
put a
basically, you just
percentage
trying
on
to
it,
say he basically just saying try something, just try
right?
something.
Just try
Yeah,
anything.
and I could disagree with that. I'm not just trying anything. I feel like if you change the offensive coordinator in it ain't even mid season no more. We getting
We
down
passed
to
that.
the end of the season. You want to change offensive coordinators? The offense probably will get worse.
At this point, if you could put a percentage of the blame on KP, what percentage of the blame would you assign him?
55%.
There you go.
55%.
Enough to be the majority, but also enough to put point elsewhere.
55. I truly believe if our offensive line was playing like our offensive line, or if our offensive line was playing like they played the last 2-3 seasons, I don't think we would feel like we feel about KP. I think I do think he runs some trash route concepts and he calls some suspect plays at times. But it's been plenty of plays he called that looked like they was about to be home run hitters. And there we go, offensive line giving up a sack or getting pressure on Hurts, or doggone Hurts do get the ball down the field. Doggone, they didn't hail somebody, call it back. I'm talking about this one. KP didn't call some great plays. Offensive, the old line or somebody mess it up, holding all sides. Then and another thing I can't stand is whenever we have a legal formation. Y'all should know the
Oh
guy.
man.
Why y'all don't know the formations?
Now it's two that piss me off.
No team should be getting a legal formation. No team should be getting
that one, and a legal man downfield. Them the two that piss me off every time we get them.
Well, the time the illegal man don't piss me off is like whenever we doing like RPOs and stuff like that. Because sometimes they'd be thinking for sure Hurts that took off with the ball, but he throwing a pass or something like that. So I feel like them can get tricky. But
hey, Bagel, what you talking about? Y'all can't integrate JT. Ain't he getting off this year? I thought he was having a pretty good year. We got 5 weeks to figure something out.
I think I also feel like this. If it was that simple, they would have did it already. A lot of stuff that people be saying, "Hey man, we need to." Why they ain't? I don't feel like they sitting on their hands. I'll say that. I don't feel like they sitting on their hands, but I feel like as fans, it always seemed like we know best. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're doing stuff behind the scenes to try to figure stuff out. And I don't think it's just like one simple fix, which is why we not gonna see a drastic change like right away. I think they've been surely but steady, like trying stuff. All right, let's do this, let's try this, whatever. But I don't think we can fully blame any one person or not even just the offensive line. As trash as the offensive line been playing, we can't blame just them because even when they do their job, Hurts and miss the throw. Wide receiver and drop the ball. So it's been everybody. It's been everybody. It's hard to win when it's like everybody contributing to the loss. It's like we all chipping in on the L. Hey, you going? You know what I'm saying? We chipping in. Hey, you put your
get
I'm
7 from you.
Balls. I'm gonna drop 2 balls. You gonna drop 2.
I'm a
you gonna miss a blocking assignment. Saquon gonna
Now
flip.
I'm gonna go ahead and fumble.
Saquon gonna slip 3 times.
I got you on the fumble.
Yeah, you gonna fumble. It's like you gonna call some bad plays. It's just like everybody chipping in on L's. 7-1 with JT. Well, shoot, just get them a touchdown then. When y'all get down there, if y'all breaking off a 60-yard run, tell them to go down at 59, and then y'all just let JT go in, and then y'all got this touchdown for the game, and y'all win. Our opinions don't matter, but I don't think they got nothing to do with whether they changing the offense or not. See, people, that's the point I be trying to make. People think that our opinions matter. It don't. But I don't think they sitting on their hands. It's no teams out there just sitting on their hands. Like you, and maybe if you like 2-8 or something like that. Nah, them Nick Sirianni and them dudes ain't just sitting on their hands, bro. Just cause people think if they don't see the change that they want to see, nothing got changed. Nah, it might just didn't work. They gotta try something else. It's like I don't think it's as simple as if it was like I just said a few minutes ago. If it was simple, they would have did it already. I don't think it's that simple. Like it's something they could just change or figure out like right away. Like I say, I think we can figure out how to win the rest of these games. Going down the stretch, hopefully it's a situation where with this mini bye week and then boom, we get to the end of the season. Hopefully we can get the 1 seed, but even if we don't, hopefully it's just a situation where we start clicking in the playoffs for whatever. I don't even care what the reason is, but for whatever reason. But we gotta win as much of the rest of these games as we can, and
I think
show up when it's time to show up.
I think our clearest path to victory would be to lean on our defense the way we've been doing since the bye, and obviously try to implement the run because it just hadn't. That was our identity at one time, but I feel like if we can figure out how to implement this run and lean on our defense, they should provide us with enough to make it to the playoffs. Obviously, we got higher or bigger aspirations than just making it to the playoffs, but we got to have baby steps because at this point, like you said, the things that we have tried to change ain't been working. So we need to go ahead and the thing that gives me kind of hope for this season is no real juggernauts in the AFC or the NFC. Every team got like clear cut weaknesses that we match up well against a lot of these teams. Honestly, we just need to punch our ticket into the dance, and take our chances. Because even though Stafford having an amazing season, I'm not afraid of Stafford. We already know what we do against Jordan Love. We don't fear golf. We already know what Dak do in the playoffs, if they even make it to the playoffs. Who else? Uh, I
Seattle.
don't I don't see Sam Darnold doing nothing in the playoffs. Um, who's Caleb Williams? I mean, he's still young and inexperienced, so really it's nobody in the NFC that really put fear in us. We got the most championship pedigree out of everybody. Now, that don't matter if we continue to play the way we've been playing, but I'm just saying that we still got a chance.
And even then, as good as Stafford playing, like man, we done seen quarterbacks play this good or better and get to the playoffs and lose. So I mean, the way you play in the regular season don't win no playoffs games. Like we just seen how many times we just seen Lamar get MVP. They favorite to win to go to the Super Bowl, get his head busted in the playoffs. So I really don't even worry about too much regular season stuff. Especially like from other teams, like. Yeah, it don't really mean nothing. Now, it ain't gonna do nothing but really like make them the favorite or something like that. But I think we gotta win as much games as possible so we can have as many home playoff games as possible. But hell, I ain't afraid to go on the road.
Nah, with the kind of team we have, it doesn't really I wouldn't say that it really matters all that much. I just think we just need to get our head out of our ass and play some ball. The two things that always have made us the hardest to beat is that we don't beat ourselves. We don't turn the ball over, and we don't give you too many opportunities to beat us. So if we can continue that, because I mean, Hurts is a quarterback that doesn't really turn the ball over. We have star power on offense. We just need to figure out how to use them this year. So we'll see from that aspect. But before we get out of here, I do want to touch on um this matchup against the Rams. So we're going to LA, which is kind of like a second home for
Chargers.
us. That's what I meant, Chargers.
Mhm.
We going to LA, which is kind of like a second home for us because I mean we tend to do well in SoFi Stadium. Uh and it's been reports that Herbert, not only, with us not really fearing Herbert, he got a fractured hand. His non-throwing hand is fractured, so his status is up in the air. I suspect that he probably does play. But even if he doesn't, Trey Lance is going to be the starting quarterback. So tell me how you feel about that matchup on Monday night.
Um, Man, I feel like the Chargers just another team in a way, man. I don't feel like I, I mean, like just like you were saying earlier, and like they always say in boxing, styles make fights. Like same thing with football. Like different styles match up differently, and um we I think with a team like that, we can't allow them to just come in. Same thing kind of with Chicago. We can't just allow them to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
If we can stop the run game, which I'm sure they looking at that tape like, clear path to success. We're gonna try to run the balls on these boys. And now we know Fangio looking at it too, like that ain't gonna happen again. Excuse me. And we got like a long little rest period too, so everybody gonna be rested up. I think we come out and handle business. Uh, what's his name? Herbert. Herbert gonna he gonna give you a few.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna give you a few. You gotta catch him. We can't be dropping potential interceptions. Um, and then offensively, I think they defense straight. They got straight defense. They got a straight enough defense to be solid. And then even if they don't, I'm always a firm believer in any defense or offense could be good for one game. This could be they one off, even if they was trash or not as good as other defenses. So you never really know as far as that. But I think we go in there and get it. I think we go in there and get a dub. I think we go in there and get a dub for we don't gotta worry about no weather. It's gonna be a great atmosphere, great field, turf. I think we go in there and do our thing. I just feel like we play well in that stadium. In any good stadium. We ain't gotta worry about like other contributing factors like the weather and stuff like that. And we already coming off 2 L's. I don't I It's gonna be a close game. It ain't too many games that we played that wasn't close, so it's gonna be a close game. We already know that. But Eagles come out of here with a W, man. I
Give me
feel like
your impact player.
I
Who
feel like
you think?
the whole team going here and get off. It's gonna look real scary. But impact player. I think this is my first time calling this player this season offensively. I'm gonna go AJ.
Hey, he been on the heater lately. Past 2 games.
Zada, go to the bathroom. Naomi, take her to the bathroom. But in defense, let me see what we're gonna need from the defense. We need to get to the quarterback. Somebody on the D line. Last week I said, I think I said Jalen Carter. This week I'm gonna go Phillips.
Yeah. And I think with their style, so they do have both of their tackles is out. I think Mekhi Becton might be banged up, or I don't know. I heard some conflicting reports because I did hear that he might even be available. But that's neither here nor there. I know for a fact that both of their tackles are out for the rest of the season. So, hey, that could very well be the case. That's really all I had to go over today. We'll be right back here. What's today? Tuesday. We'll be back. Oh, we got a good game on Thursday. We got the Dallas Cowboys going up against the Detroit Lions. So we're gonna be wearing Honolulu blue on Thursday.
Aloha.
So yeah, y'all catch us on Primetime Sports this Thursday. That's all we have for the Down South Philly show this week. We'll be right back next week. Go Birds.
Go Birds, baby.
Introducing Black Diamond Concentrate from Diamond Collection, a premium mineral supplement crafted to elevate your hydration experience. Formulated with no dyes, sweeteners, or artificial flavors, Black Diamond Concentrate is 100% natural. Just 2 dropfuls added to a 16.9 ounce bottle of water can transform the way you hydrate. Order today at poweredbytmb.com and use code DSP at checkout to receive a 20% discount. That's code DSP. All right, let's get back to the show.